एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में, मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी, और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानपुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा, ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good evening, friends. We are very happy to see today a lot of people joined in this webinar. We would like to thank each one of you for your valuable time for attending this webinar. It's a very, very special webinar. Why special? Because here we are offering, Franchise India is offering our own opportunity, our own partnership program, which we called as Independent Franchise Consultant. So Franchise India is a trusted advisory platform how to start your own business. And IFC, Independent Franchise Consultant, is a specialist how to start your own business. So what we do is our business is we work with investors on one side. So we help investors, guide them, and structure a deal for them because every investor is unique. You have your own requirements. It can be your profile, it can be your investment, it can be geographically also that what is going to be the right fitment for that location. What we do is we help all investors to find out the right opportunity for every investor. So we help investors to get investments. So that's our first business. And this is a very, very large business. And Franchise India is an investor-centric company. We work with investors hand in hand to help them and structure what business is right fitment for them in their location and as per the investment. That's what we work very closely. So because it is very, very tough and very risky also for investors, which business they should invest in. That's why they need a consultant. That's why they need an advisor who can help and guide them. Other side also, we are working with businesses at brands at startup level, mid segment level, and also with large corporates like Reliance, Tata, wherein we help them to develop their franchise network in different cities. It can be in India also, it can be outside India as well. And third business which we are in is resale. We help business owners if they are looking to sell their business, or any franchise owner who have taken a franchise earlier, now he or she want to exit out of that business. It can be because it's not performing, or it can be that you want to move out of the city, you want to resell that. That's what Franchise India would help them in terms of reselling. That's our business. So we use a byline. Nobody in the world is selling more business than Franchise India because we are in this business last 27 years and we are having world's largest network today, 97 cities India, and we are also in 11 countries already. So it's a very, very large network what we have. We have 1,200 people there in the system in the company who are working with investors, brands, and do this transactional business. So we are into brokerage business, transaction business. So as I said, we are in all our 11 countries apart from India. So we are already available in UAE. We have our own business partner, FC partner there in Dubai, and we have also our own office in Dubai. We are also present in Mongolia. We are present in Nepal. We are present in Bhutan, Bangladesh, Africa, Singapore, Australia, UK, Ireland, Canada, and now we have also entered into Thailand, wherein we have a complete office and also a partner in Thailand who is working as partner with Franchise India. We also have a vision that we are now talking about G20 of franchising. So right now we are in 11 countries. Now we are soon going to have our presence in 20 countries with the same format. Today, if you see anything what we consume is coming from franchise company. So you just check what you are doing from morning till evening, and what you consume, what you use is everything coming from franchise company. Like starting morning, you use milk, you use bread, it's a bakery products you use, it's all coming from the franchise company. And on through the day, your kids going to school is franchise. They are going to any gym also. Today, there are a lot of gyms which are for kids, yoga classes for kids. It's all franchise. Salons, franchise. You use garments for men, women, accessories for men, women, or kids, shoe wear, anything you consume today, retail, fashion, jewelry, F&B, you go to cafe, you use anything today is coming from franchise. In fact, you are using four-wheelers, two-wheelers is coming from franchise. Auto sector is very, very large sector now. You will see electric vehicles, it's all franchise. Now we have got charging stations also, these are all franchise. So we have worked with a project with Reliance, which is Geo BP petrol pumps. We are very proud that we have structured the complete business model for Geo BP petrol pumps, and we also opened these petrol pumps as which are franchise. So wherein we get investments and it is invested by someone and now managed by companies itself. So Franchise India, as I said, keeping in mind this humongous opportunity in franchising is also now offering an opportunity to become the Franchise India partner, and it's an invitation to few, wherein we are looking forward for few professionals who have some franchise background, real estate background, or some consulting background, who are looking forward to start consulting as a practice. And Franchise India is now extended our opportunity now for all those professionals who can become Franchise India partner, and the model is independent franchise consultant model. It's an individual and independent model wherein you don't need any office, and it's very, very low cost and zero risk. When we are saying zero risk, would mean that there is no risk in this, and Franchise India being in this business successful last 27 years, and we want every partner who joins us today is going to become successful. That's why we are selecting in this. There's a selection process which will make you understand also after this webinar. But today, we'll give you a lot of understanding about Franchise India journey, what we have done in last 27 years, and how we have started this brokerage business, and why this advisory business was required, and why we need advisors for this. And Franchise India do have our own large network, and why we are looking forward for also advisors or consultants to be our partner. That also we will discuss. We'll discuss in depth what is the opportunity in franchising and how this industry looks like, how big this is. Today it is, we are saying $4.7 trillion industry. And now how it is going to shape up in next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, that we will also discuss. And third, we'll also discuss about independent franchise consultant as a business model. So we'll take you through what we offer, how you can become partner with Franchise India. We will run through a presentation also to give you some understanding about the monetization model, your growth structure, and what is going to the payout structure, and also what are the revenue products which we have. We'll give you a little more understanding on what Franchise India is all about. We are Franchise India in India, so we are known as Franchise India. So if you talk about anyone, we do around 200 exhibitions, events across. So everybody today is looking forward for business will come to our event. So we are known as Franchise India in India, but outside India, globally, we are known as Fran Global. So Fran Global is our international arm of the business, and which is a market entry also for international brands when they have to enter into India. And also, Fran Global will take Indian companies also if they want to expand their business outside India. So that will be Fran Global. Third company is Francop. Francop is a consulting arm of the business, which is actually a USA Chicago base, which is 47-year-old, which is world's largest consulting company. And in India, last 20 years, we own master rights of Francop. And Francop is a company which is making businesses ready for franchise. That also we'll discuss in length. And when international brands also come to India, Francop plays a vital role to fine tune their business model as per Indian market. We also run a media company. We have 3 magazines, the Franchising World magazine, which is 26-year-old B2B magazine, which is only franchise magazine in India. We're also having Retailer as a magazine and also Entrepreneur magazine, which is US-based magazine. In India, we are having the distribution and publishing rights for Entrepreneur magazine as well. We're also having a digital format, a digital platform, franchiseindia.com, wherein it's our official website, wherein more than 18,000 companies are also registered on our website today, which we are holding. Before we start this webinar, I'll give you some understanding about today's our team, who is there on panel, why we are on panel, why we have got everybody there in the panel, because as I said, this is an opportunity from Franchise India, and we have also leadership team on the panel. Because we are very, very serious about it. So we have created a support function for all our partners locally that will give you some understanding. My name is Sanjay. I'm CEO Director of Franchise India Consultants Private Limited. And this is our subsidiary company of Franchise India Group, wherein we have got all independent franchise consultants already registered with us. As I said, it is 97 cities network. And under Fran Global, we have all international IFC partners also working under us. We have also today our leadership team. As I said, we have Ravi Kumar. He has joined us from Hyderabad. We have Sajid Joy. He has joined us from Bangalore. We have Ajay. He has joined us from Mumbai. Bimar Agarwal has joined us from Kolkata. Kapil has joined us from Chennai. And we have Mayank Paul. He has joined us from Pune. We have Devinder. He has also joined us from Gujarat market. So we have our office in Ahmedabad. So he has joined us from Ahmedabad, and along with all the leadership team, we also have management team. And I'll also take this moment to introduce our Managing Director, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary. She has also joined us in this webinar, and I would request her to set the perspective of this webinar and welcome you once again. And she will give us complete understanding about, as I said, Franchise India journey, franchise industry at large, and also we will run a presentation to give you some understanding about the model, which is independent franchise consultant model, which is we are discussing today. And before that, I would request each and every guest who has joined us today, please do not raise your hand. We have our Q&A box in this. Please use Q&A box to share your queries and questions. If you have, we will definitely take your question and announce your query and question which is coming to us. We'll also ask you a few questions in the chat box. Please make it interactive, because this is one-sided and we want who is there who have joined us today. We need to know the profiles, who have come from, which city you are coming from. Please make it interactive so that we will make this productive for each one of you in this webinar. Thank you so much for joining in once again. And let me welcome and introduce Ms. Sonia Chaudhary once again, and over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sanjay. And friends, a very good evening to all of you. And before I get started, I was seeing one of the comments which has been put by one of our friends who's attending. So this is a seminar largely in English. But as you see, we have teams who have joined from across the country, and they speak all languages. So Bhupeshi, I think Satishji, sorry, if you need any specific understanding on any subject that we're talking about, we'll be happy to communicate in the language that you are comfortable. So friends, very good evening once again. I welcome you to the webinar, which is Independent Franchise Consultants. And like Sanjay said, this is a program, or I would say it's an opportunity to associate as a partner of Franchise India. And now Franchise India runs different companies and businesses under the Franchise India group of companies, where the entity that we have in India is Franchise India. And the global identity that we have, which we run in more than 12 countries now, it runs under the name of Fran Global, and which also includes a lot of cities where we currently are working very, very aggressively, and countries. So 97 cities overall in India, we have our penetration. So you can understand from the length and breadth of the country, we are present and penetrated in almost every location. So we have on this webinar, as you see, the entire leadership and the management of Franchise India, because partners and the channel, so to say, forms a very important and a very integral strategic part of our overall business model and the structure. And it also takes a very big time share from all of us. So before we get into offering, it is also important that we understand and spend a little time about, who we are as a company, which is Franchise India, our entities, various group companies, and what is our business model. And second, we'll talk about also the industry at large, which is the size of the industry, the opportunity franchising holds for economy like India and also globally, and why IFC program and who as an IFC can qualify to become and get selected to become a partner with Franchise India. While I think this is a webinar that we do every week, and every week we receive at least 1,000 inquiries that come from across India and other markets. But this is a partnership which is by selection, where we understand your profile, we understand the time that you can put in the business, we understand what you can bring beyond capital. So it also follows a very, strong selection process, which goes through also including our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Mare. And incidentally, he's traveling overseas. So it goes through the entire process of the interview. So we'll talk about what is the value proposition, why Franchise India, and why the IFC program. And maybe I'd like to extend a little bit more what you've just heard. So as a company, we have been democratizing entrepreneurship since 1999 through all the group companies put together. And when we look at the proposition that we present to the industry and the community at large, which is the entire franchise community, who's looking to invest in businesses, entrepreneurs looking to invest in businesses, startups, listed companies who want to expand their footprint, our entire ecosystem presents a very compelling proposition for people to work with us. And this has become today very important. So we understand that there has been a big demand and supply gap. This was when we started in 1999. When I say a big demand and supply gap, when we started back in 1999, we had a lot of people, especially first-time entrepreneurs and even entrepreneurs who were doing different businesses. They wanted to start a business. And on the other side, there were companies who wanted to get into franchising. At that point in time, there were not many franchisers. There were a very limited number of franchisers, especially in the education domain, who were franchising very aggressively. So we understood there was a big demand gap. There was a equally big gap in terms of supply, in terms of companies who could come forward and give their or award their franchisees to entrepreneurs like people from a small investment to a big investment, for HNIs, for family-owned businesses. And this demand, even while we have, almost been there for the last 27 years, demand which was as big, I would say, as every single household. I'm sure all of you out here who are coming on this webinar, you all have an aspiration to be an entrepreneur. And this is something which is very big today. Almost every household in the country would have somebody who wants to start a business at some point of time in their life. So the opportunity when it comes to starting a business in a country like India is very, very big. Now, if you look at franchising, this has been a very powerful wealth creation and a very big entrepreneurial engine for more than 100 years globally. And this engine is what we are trying to enforce through our IFC program. And franchising also is a very big catalyst for entrepreneurship and the most democratic, I would say, wealth creation tool in the history of humankind. And if you look at America, America is the biggest economy, and franchising has its root in America. And half of more than, I would say, 8 lakh today franchise businesses in America are owned by single unit franchisees. So the premise of our company, Franchise India, and our business model has been driven through entrepreneurship because we believe entrepreneurs serve the community and they also serve the economy. So this initiative for us to start the IFC program was also to work with entrepreneurs like yourself who become partners with Franchise India, but most importantly, who also have the skill and intent to further drive entrepreneurship, which is a core mission of our company. And our community of partners has become very big. It is not limited to India. Today, we run operations in international locations. Recently, we also opened our Singapore office, and we have a IFC partner who has joined us in Singapore. Sri Lanka, and there are other countries like Thailand. We have full-fledged operations. There's a big team of franchise consultants, advisors that work in Thailand market. So the community is becoming bigger, and this is also because the business opportunity that we're talking about is also becoming bigger. The market size of franchising at large, people wanting to get into business, is also becoming bigger, and it will continue to become bigger than what it is today. And we believe today we need maybe deeper penetration and also very large distribution through this entrepreneurship program to capture the enormous opportunity in franchising that we see. At Franchise India, we launch every day one new franchise opportunity, which is across all industries. And it starts with companies getting into franchising for the first time, a lot of startups. Almost every single startup, annually, there are a lot of startups they get registered to start their businesses. Out of them, 25% of these startups want to grow, their services or their product through a franchise model, and we work with many of them. So today, more and more people, like I said, are starting their entrepreneur journey, and they're buying more businesses than ever before, and more companies equally are expanding via franchise route than they were maybe 2 decades back. And like I said, this is not going to stop here because the space is getting wider, larger, and there are more entrepreneurs today and aspiring to be entrepreneurs than has been in the history of entrepreneurship. Hence, as a company, Franchise India and our group companies, we have always worked to evolve our capabilities in terms of the solutions that we offer to our community, and also the capacities through which our distribution can become strong and be able to, they stay ahead of the curve. Now, I'll talk a little bit on the opportunity that we have in hand and why IFC channel and why we need that. Now, if you look at India as a economy, India has a very strong economic fundamentals of domestic consumption. Everything is driven through consumption, and consumption and franchising are proportionate. If you look at franchising, 27 years back, there were not as many companies, not as many entrepreneurs. But today, the size of industry has become as big as $180 billion. So globally, it is bigger than the GDP of a country. I heard Sanjay mention it is $4.8 trillion, which is much bigger than the GDP of India. In the next 10 years, the growth in franchising would be 10x. So which means that number of people wanting to buy a business, number of companies willing to expand will grow exponentially. And this is currently growing at about 25% rate, every year. Now, some interesting facts which I'd like to also share with you, like I talked about consumption story of India, that is very, very massive consumption engine that we have. If you look at our economy, 70% of our GDP is driven by domestic consumption. Now, let's compare that to economies like China, which is ahead of India. Their domestic consumption GDP is 53%. So while India, 70% of India's GDP is driven by domestic consumption, in case of China, this is only 53%. So what we are seeing today, and we look at the India story, the entire narrative has changed today. What was happening in countries like America is happening in India now. What we have done in the last 75 years of our post-independent era, I would say, India is going to be 3x of that in the next 10 years. And you can witness that the last 10 years alone, we doubled progress that we did in the first 67 years since 1947. Right? The first 67 years and the last 10 years, there has been a big leap, right? Consumption cycles are changing. While when I say consumption cycles are changing, it means that we're consuming more than what we were maybe 10 or 15 years back. Having said that, India is still far behind in terms of low per capita consumption in a lot of categories, maybe it ice cream, be it shoes. But all that consumption is changing. Today, we're consuming more products than we were doing 15 years back. And the most consumed categories or the consumer categories are becoming 3.5 times more larger than they were 30 years back. So industries like paint, industries like even shoes, industries like food, people are consuming more than they were consuming 10 years back. So there was a survey that was done by Asian Paints, and they said India is now painting more homes than they were 15 years back. Now, India is painting once in 4 years now. Then 7 years back, they were painting lesser. Right? Second area is there's a big consumption drive, but all this consumption is driven by brands, right? If you look at what we are consuming, there's a big formalization of consumption that has started to happen. Maybe 20 years back, we all witnessed the modernization of retail with product industry. We saw a lot of these retail brands coming in, and the times that we are in, there is a big move where modernization of service industry has started to happen. All the services that we are consuming today, from Zepto to Blinkit, all that has become organized, from direct to home services, healthcare services, cleaning services, laundry services. All these services are also becoming branded today. Third, if you look at the entrepreneurial, spirit of India, it's very, very strong, and franchising and entrepreneurship go hand in hand. So inherently, I would say India has a very large and a very substantial entrepreneurial population, and this demand for entrepreneurship is even big when we look at the bottom of the pyramid. Look at micro businesses that are run in your neighborhood, like dairies, right? All these are franchise businesses, and this is no surprise why India is called a shopkeeper nation. Now, another important thing that you should also understand, if you look at the job opportunities in a country like India, beyond the top Cosmo metropolitan cities, there's a dearth of job opportunities in smaller cities. And even you get a job, they're not very high paying jobs, right? And that's another reason why franchising gets a very big fillip, right? So if you don't want to move out of your hometown, you don't want to come to Delhi, Bombay, or the larger cities, and you want to stay back, you would look at business that can give you maybe a similar income that perhaps maybe a high paying job could give. Now, India needs to create nearly 1 million jobs a month, over the next 10 years. And that number is very, very big. And out of this gap, only 25% is serviced. So which means out of 1 million jobs which are required to be serviced every month, only 25% of these jobs are being serviced. So there's a big delta of 75%. And this is where franchising comes as a very big job creator. Lastly, if you look at the community of business buyers today, way back in 1999, when we started off, the people who used to come to buy business, out of 100 people buying businesses, our percentage of people who were getting into business for the very first time was a very small percentage. It was as small as 10%. And 90% people who already had franchisees or they were running some businesses, they wanted to expand. Today, this number has gone up to 60%. So, which means that the first time entrepreneurship in India is becoming bigger, and this community is 60% of the total business buying community, which is very, very large. In the next 5 to 10 years, we would see almost about 70 to 75% people who will get into the business for the very first time. So, and these all dynamics, indicate that the future of franchising is very, very robust. So, as a company, I would like to add that today, Franchise India is the largest franchise development in the world, because there's nobody who sells more business than Franchise India. And this is also a trademark that we have. And we're also the largest distribution company, which is spread uniform across the country and international markets. And we're also advisor to some of the most trusted and the most influential, respected business houses in the country on one side. And we also have a very strong investor base or a community of business buyer who strongly follow our advice before they take a decision of buying a business. As a company, we hold about 90% share in franchising. So which means that any company is looking to franchise, including the names, the top name I would say is Reliance. I'm sure everybody reads about Reliance. They had recently given a news they want to double the count of their retail businesses. And I'm happy to share with all of you that today, most of the portfolios of Reliance, which they are looking to franchise, our consulting team, Francop, is working with them to work with them and create a business model and launch them aggressively across tier 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right? So there are many retail opportunities which the company present. So all this put together, it makes a very strong proposition for somebody to work with us. I also understand as a newcomer or somebody who wanted to get into the business for the very first time, the learning curve is something which is very, very big. And it is always the case for things that we have never done in a life before. So this collaboration that we have on the IFC, we bring in our validated learning. Not only that, over the years, there's a lot of brands that we have aggregated where Franchise India has exclusive contracts with these companies, which we exclusively represent, including Reliance and many other brands, unicorns, listed companies that we work with. where our teams work with these companies to make them franchise ready. So even companies who want to get into franchising, they don't have a business model in place. Our team, which is a Francop team, American company, which we acquired the rights for India, they work with these companies to make them franchise ready. And through our distribution, which is spread across India and overseas market, we reach out to a big community of business buyers. Now, this business buyer community is also very, very fragmented. When I say fragmented, we have people who want to start a small business, micro businesses, which can start as small as 10 to 15 lakhs. And on the other side, we also work with very big groups, real estate houses, HNIs, ultra HNIs, family offices, who are looking to buy international brands, bring them to the Indian market. Very recently, it was in news last month. This is almost about 2.5, 3 weeks back. One of our IFC partners in Bombay, he worked for almost 3 months to crack this deal. And if you can even Google LPQ, this brand was in India some years back, and they re-entered India through Franchise India. And one of our partners in Bombay was instrumental in bringing this brand to India and crack this deal. So IFC is a very asset light model, but a very intellect heavy model. So the biggest asset for us is the partner himself. There's no infrastructure which is required. There's no working capital dependence that you need to have. What we need is absolutely the time involvement, which is very, very big, and somebody who wants to learn and be educated and have the knowledge on the business at large. So the opportunity to partner with the Franchise India, or I would say the world's largest franchise development company. But this is also a partnership by selection, where we assess you on mandatory criteria, like I mentioned, your involvement on the time, and there has to be a mutual fitment. And this is because, unlike many other businesses, we are in the business of knowledge, which requires everyday learning to be able to advise business buyers. And somebody who comes with that mindset of growth and believe in the purpose of democratizing entrepreneurship. And since our business is that of advisory, which means last mile experience is very, very important with companies that we reach out to, and equally important for an investor who's seeking our advice to start a business. And we're not a product company, but a service, or I would say a solution company, where we bring in solutions in our community. And today, I am sure all of you would understand the role of consultants is also getting evolved. The new world is knowledge driven, knowledge economy, as we say. And as an advisor is seen to be somebody who brings in not only credible advice, but also a lot of hyper local knowledge on the market that he comes from. So while we are well spread, but maybe my team sitting in Delhi would not understand Vizag as closely as somebody sitting in Vizag would do. So somebody who can stay on the top of the industry and keep acquiring both, which is new information and expertise, so that you're able to stay competitive in the market. So we need to have partners who have that determination to build also their own brand, their own self-equity, which is very, very important part of our IFC program. And when you, as an advisor, you know your product, your client will actually trust and respect you for that. So we have created this ecosystem and community, but at the same time, also very, I would say, attractive opportunity, both from your own positioning and also financially, to expand the ecosystem through this community of IFC channel partners. And like I said, every day there's a new business opportunity that we bring in franchising. So the need of the hour is to penetrate more deeply and connect with this community more closely. And this is what we bring to you. So I'll also request friends, if you have any questions, keep writing in questions. We have shared a bit about us, but we would also like to know more about you, where you come from. If you can also share your profile, the city that you come from. Most of our partners, and I would say 99.9% of our partners, the average experience our partner carries is almost about 20 years. So they come from an experience anything between 15 years to about 30 odd years. And that's the average experience of our partners. And so what we bring on the table is we bring in the aggregation of brands, and this is not something which is easy. It requires our teams every day. So we have our business development teams, our IFC partners who currently work with us, who are reaching out a lot of companies who want to expand their footprint, maybe a startup who wants to expand, maybe a new international brand who's come to the Indian market and they're looking to further penetrate. So this aggregation of brands currently on the website, if you go to franchiseindia.com, you'll find about 17,000 companies listed on the website. And there are many companies where Franchise India holds exclusive contract and a mandate to represent them and recruit their franchise partners. Apart from that, we are also working with more than 300 international companies where we have exclusive mandate to represent them not only in the Indian market, but also markets like Thailand, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, and Middle East. And out of these 300 brands, there are 32 such opportunities or brands where Franchise India and Fran Global have become their master franchisee for the territory. So we'll be happy to share as much as information as we can in the time that we have. But in the meantime, I'll also request friends, if you can also share a bit about yourself. We'll ask you some questions on your profile to make it easy for you to select. You can use the chat box, mention your city also when you put your remarks. So we'll be able to tell you if you need partners in those locations, because some cities are still underserved by us, where we don't have a big presence, and we have big demand of, I would say, businesses from these locations. So I'll let Sanjay maybe do that with you, and keep writing in. We'll take your names, the city that you come from, your profile. Any questions that you want to ask, please go ahead. We'll be happy to answer that live. Over to you, Sanjay.
Thank you so much for putting up the right perspective and giving us the insight of the industry. So friends, I have already put in the chat box because we want to know who is there with us today. If you are a professional, use P along with your city name, because we want to know the cities wherein you are coming from. So P stands for professional. So you are working in some company as a professional. Now you want to start something as a business. So you write P along with your city name. And if you're already into some business, so you run a business house, it can be small, big, and write B along with your city name. And also a very important profile, which is management consultants. There are a lot of friends who have some kind of consulting practice already. You are a real estate consultant, you can be an education consultant, or you are already into franchise maybe. So franchise consultant, you are helping entrepreneurs, you are helping business owners to grow that business. You can write MC along with your city name. And if you are looking forward to change the career right now, you are looking for a career change because you are in one industry, you want to get into another industry, and this can be one of the opportunity for you, please write C along with your city name. So P stands for professional, B stands for business owner, MC stands for management consultant, and C stands for career change. And we are requesting everybody who is there in this webinar today, please use Q&A box. And still there are few who are raising their hand. So request is, do not raise your hand. Instead, use the Q&A box, which is at your bottom, and use that Q&A box and send us your queries, questions, and also reply with your answers over there. So we'll take all your questions also and your replies also. So you have given us a lot of time today. We'll also respect your time by taking your names in this webinar. So please keep on writing so that we should know who is there. And consulting business is all about interaction, is all about asking questions. Mr. Damandeep is writing, chat is disabled. No, friend, you are writing at the same place, and you are right at the right place. Use the same Q&A box. Chat box is not disabled. You have to use the Q&A box wherein you have just written to us. We will take, and the first one to go, congratulations, it is Mr. Sanjay Ahuja. I am from Pune. Will you be giving comprehensive training? Absolutely, which I'll take you through the PPT also. I'll give you some understanding that what we are going to offer once you are on board with us. Training is absolutely on daily basis. Training for each product, training for every brand, because we will train you. You get two major things which you are going to get after this is, one is that you become trained consultant, trained advisor, wherein you help investors rightly structure the business, and you will get training on each product. Second would be also, you will get introduction with all these business owners, like we are working with Reliance and Tata. You also have an opportunity to work with Reliance company and Tata company. Plus, we also have a lot of Bollywood-driven companies who are businesses, business owners, and co-founders are from Bollywood also. So you have a direct interaction with them. That's what the beauty of this business, that you are directly involved with and interacting with all the business owners. And we will give you 3 days training to start with. That will be in our corporate office, and we'll give you complete understanding. This 3 days is very, very important. We have just finished 7th, 8th, and 9th of September, where we have a batch which have come for training. In fact, it is all mixed batch. Like somebody was from Manipur, east side of it, and there was somebody from Kerala, somebody from Mumbai, some from Delhi, even north, Chandigarh. So we are selecting some partners, and then we'll have a complete training program to start with, wherein our chairman and managing director themselves would be available for this training, and 2 days are dedicated for this business, and wherein the complete training would be also given. So we are very happy to welcome Mr. Surya. Surya has come from Hyderabad, so welcome. Mr. Daman. Mr. Daman, you can use the same chat box and send us your query. And then we have Mr. Garje. What exactly would be my role in case I get selected? So my friend, your role is as a consultant. So we help you to understand what is consulting business, how you can help investors. So what we do as a company is that we help investors. That's our major business. That there are millions of NRIs in India. Every household today has at least one person who is looking to start some business. So if you'll see where he will go, and believe us, there is none outside franchise India who helps to get you into business. There are so many consultants, so many advisors in the social media who would claim that they will grow your business. They will help you to grow your sales. But there is none who can help you to get you into business. So Franchise India is the only platform which will help you to get you into business. So that's for investors. And we as an advisor have that role to play, that we work with investors one side, we work with brands and businesses other side. And being a brokerage company, we take fees, we take success fees, we take onboarding fees, we take our every minute is being paid, because consultants, if you see the product is time. So when we give time to someone, we are being paid for it. So one side will be paid, and other side from the brand side also will be paid. If I can give you some example, so our managing director was just talking about LPQ brand, which is actually a UK based brand. It's a largest bakery brand and a fine dining brand. They are already in India now working with us. We are promoting them. So we have last month, which we were mentioning, one of our IFC partner, Mr. Ashish Vohra, he is from Mumbai, and he was a professional. He was working in corporate. He was getting even 5 lakh rupees salary a month. Last November, he joined us, and even first deal has got him around 10.5 lakh rupees. First day, first show, first investor, first meeting, because we have a complete support function which we have created for our partners, that full support would be given to close the deals. Now, when I was talking about this LPQ, we have done this deal, it took us 3 months, wherein our all the management team, CEO to management, if I'm talking about our chairman, sir, he was also involved into that. 3 months after that, we closed that. And believe me, this business has given Franchise India, from brand side, we have 50 lakh rupees as consulting fee, which we got from the brand side. 30 lakh rupees we got from the investor side. That's our brokerage fee which has been paid. And this investor was already registered with us, wherein he has paid us 5 lakh rupees to come on board, and then we start servicing. Now, when I'm giving, after this, when I give you understanding about your payout, you will calculate what is your earning out of that. So we are being paid from both sides, and you get a percentage on this because you become shareholder with us, and we start with IFC membership. So that I'll give you later on in the presentation, that how you are calculating your payout structure, and then you will see how much you can earn. That's why we said it's a zero investment in terms of getting this business done after once you are on board. After onboarding, zero investment. And there is a very, very low cost investment to join us as a partner. But that is 100%. If we talk about is a zero risk. Risk is always for the investment what you do. If you start any other business, which we have thousands of franchise opportunities. If you choose any other brand, any other business, wherein you have 30-40 lakh rupees investment, so that you get back in 5 years, 6 years. That becomes the risk, because you don't know when you're getting your money back. And in our business, why it is zero risk? Because it is just one lead or one deal. You will get entire system in one lead, will get you back. Plus, you will get much more than what you are going to invest. We will also like to welcome Mr. Bharat Gupta. Bharat Gupta ji has joined us from Kolkata. So welcome, Mr. Mangeshwaran. Mr. Mangeshwaran, can you list the products? My friend, we don't know what products you're talking about. So we're dealing with brands. Any business you have heard, any brand you have seen around, it can be a McDonald's franchise, it can be Subway franchise, it can be any F&B, cafe, fashion, jewelry, or education, preschool to K-12 schools. Anything, or maybe there's a footwear brand, there's any cafe brand, there can be even furniture brands, which you see opening across is franchised. It's all through franchising, and it is Franchise India is helping them to get. Now, today, anyone, you name any category which you know and take top 10 brands in that category, all are done by Franchise India. Any category, be it fashion, be it jewelry, who are offering franchise, and then you will see top 10 brands also done. And since now you are watching Shark Tank these days, so recently there was an recent episode where Shark Tank is happening. If you see all these sharks also, they're all panel of Franchise India. One of the brand is Lenskart. Let's give you example of Lenskart. Lenskart is also developed and started by Franchise India. Franchise India have developed their business model, and then we got them into franchise. And first 32 branches, franchisees, outlets has been opened by Franchise India. So it is all about, when you are into franchising, it is 100% sure that it has done by Franchise India. So any top 10 brands you name, and you will see they are all franchise when done by Franchise India. Mr. Damandeep, further thanks, PA and MC. So you are professional. You are also management consultant from Mohali. Warmly welcome, Damanji. And then we have Mr. Santhil. He's saying, I'm from Vellore. Welcome. He is looking forward to career change. And let's look forward for your career change. We will do a complete analysis, and we'll also have a discussion with you. And then we'll take it up further.
I'll take one question, Sanjay. I saw
Please.
somebody asking a very interesting question. What is the difference between a business coach and what we do, right? So business coach is somebody who works with companies who are already in the business, right? They're already working and they help businesses grow. On the other side, if you look at business coaches across the country or globally, there are many business coaches who work with companies, who implement processes, their vision, and help these companies to optimize maybe their strategy and overall business processes. On the other side, we are a company which helps people to get into business, right? So this is comparatively different. And also, I would like to add, Franchise India also has a company called Action Coach. So we have our investment in a lot of education, skill development, coaching companies, where Action Coach Brian Tracy, which is a very popular and I would say very respected motivational speaker. The rights of these companies are also there with Franchise India. We have rights for these companies in India and international markets. We give franchisees for these companies also. So anybody who wants to even become a business coach, we have opportunities to do that. And also another question which I saw, I would like to ask, rather I would like to answer. I think I'm missing, there's some more which have come in. I think that is answered. Sanjay, if you want to maybe extend your question, you can do that, but I hope this answers. And another question which I saw is from Mr. Prakash asking, is the franchise consultant role be limited or based on any niche market or a broader niche? So Prakash, if you look at consumption, we talked about consumption. Everything that we're consuming becomes the spectrum of franchising, right? From a pharmacy store to our daily requirements, the dairy that we go to, the salon, pharmacy, hotel, hospital, K-12 school, services business. Today, all these services are coming from branded businesses, right? And all these companies use franchising to grow. So our role is not limited to any particular category, but franchising cuts across every single industry. So when you become a franchise consultant, you have an opportunity to not only work in any of the industries, but also get an opportunity to learn about how these industry and different models in different categories and different companies operate. And yes, there's a training program that we do. There's a in-house training that we do for 3 days, which happens at the headquarter of Franchise India, which is in Delhi NCR. This is a 3-day comprehensive program that we do for all the products that we have. And also overall on franchising. Apart from that, we do also every week 3 days training where we also bring in a lot of intelligence from your peers, other IFC partners, their successes, what they did, and there's a lot of peer-to-peer learning also that we do on these weekly meetings that we conduct every morning 8 o'clock. So I hope that answers. Sorry, over to you, Sanjay.
Thank you so much. And we have also Mr. David. He is professional. He has joined us from Madhya Pradesh, Indore. So welcome. We have Mr. Manjunath. He is a business owner, management consultant, and he has joined us from Gulbarga, Karnataka. Very interesting and welcome you all. Mr. Saurabh. Mr. Saurabh is business owner and management consultant from Raipur, Chhattisgarh. So we welcome you also. Saurabh, this side, 8+ experience. I own a digital media and IT company and also consulting multiple businesses on business growth and marketing as part of work. Great. Saurabhji, we will look forward to have a discussion with you. We have already one partner in Raipur, but since now business is growing, last month also we did a franchise show there, and now we are this month also having a show which is in Raipur. So we will also look forward to have a discussion with you because business has grown. Now we feel there is a opportunity to have another partner in Raipur. Mr. Rohit Jaiswal, I'm Rohit from Kolkata. Rohit ji, welcome. A shop owner, but want to change the career. Most welcome. We will have a complete discussion with you. We have Bimal. Bimal will be getting in touch with you and he will take you through the complete journey. And this is the right time, right time because franchising is growing. India is a right market now for all international global brands to come and expand in India. And we are also equally ready for this. There is Mr. Rahman. Mr. Rahman has joined us from Assam. So welcome. He's a business consultant. So welcome. Mr. Prakash is saying that Prakash MC, management consultant. Welcome. We have Mr. Prasad. I am Prasad Vijayawada. So welcome. Vijayawada is very interesting. We have our one partner and we are also looking forward for these cities further to grow because a lot of businesses which we are doing already. Business is already happening from every city, but we are looking forward for local partner to create the credibility and to create the local trust in the investor's mind so that we can have a larger picture of the business. That's why we are looking forward for now local partners in these cities also. Mr. Garje saying, are you going to talk about revenue sharing model too? Absolutely, we will give you complete understanding on in 5-10 minutes only. Mr. Sachin has joined us. He is from Bangalore, management consultant. What is criteria for selection? So we'll give you some understanding. Please stay tuned in this webinar. We have next 5-10 minutes only. We'll give you complete understanding and then we'll take it up further. Yes, after that, once we see there is a fitment, there is some understanding both sides, you select us, we select and you have an interest, then we'll be having 5 minutes or 10 minutes of introduction with our chairman or managing director, wherein we will understand both sides. You have any question and then we will take it up further. That's the selection process. Mr. Vanshi, hi Sanjay, thanks for insightful provided. Thank you very much for joining in. I have a question here. Where is Franchise India offers FOCO? Absolutely, we have different models in the business. We are FOCO, we are having FOCO model, we are having FOFO model, we are having BOT model, FICO model. There are so many business models which we have. As an example, if you talk about Zodio, if you talk about Tata Chroma, it's purely an investment model and we are offering a FOCO model in both these brands. And then there are also jewelry brands and there are some brands which are absolutely very high investments. We also offer in FOCO in that. Plus there are some hospitals, some clinics, some lab opportunities. Also, we have some hotel chains also. They are offering franchise opportunity, but it's purely FOCO model. That's also, we give full training to our partners and our partners are equipped with FOCO model. We are giving them all the brands and then the training also how to run that business. Mr. Shiv Kumar from Bangalore, I'm into real estate consulting. That is absolutely one of the good criteria for qualifying because
if I can add one thing, Suryaji, we have an interesting model. I think what I understand from your question is that you're looking for something for yourself. You're looking for a franchise-owned company-operated model in the food business. We'll be happy to discuss a brand called Udupi Ruchi. This is a very credible, company from south of India, and they're looking on a franchise-owned company-operated model. They're already operating out of Chennai on the highways. They're having outlets in Bangalore as well. If you're keen, we can help you with the information. But largely, franchisee-owned company-operated businesses comparatively possibly come with a bigger investment, where the company takes care of the entire operations and you become, you basically a passive investor, but at certain companies, you also participate in some activities. But we'll be happy to discuss one-to-one if you're looking at specific opportunities only in F&B and for Hyderabad market. Over to you.
Thank you. And Mr. Sanjay Ahuja is asking for a question that, are you going to provide us leads? Absolutely. All the leads which are from investor side, then we are also giving some brands. We'll drive a full campaign every month for these brands, and all leads would be given to you. There is not even a single penny you have to invest in terms of promoting yourself or marketing or lead generation. All done by Franchise India, because that's what we have a structured way of doing it, and we have all brands which are onboarding with us. So we are doing a lot of campaigns and a lot of promotions for them, and these all leads would be given. Not only from this side, we are also having digital webinar, we're also having digital shows, we are having physical shows, and all the leads would be also available for you, because all investment will be done by Franchise India side. Okay, we have a lot of people who have written us, and there are a lot of questions already coming in. Mr. Prakash, that just sounds very interesting, since there is no investment risk and no limitations in niche. Yes, absolutely. So there will be, there is none outside Franchise India, as I said. There is no competition. There is none outside who can claim that you can get you into business. So Franchise India, we can understand, when Reliance need us, then every startup company would need us. And if you see any investor who is looking forward to start a business, if it is even 10 lakh rupees also, there's a huge amount of risk, because you have no ability, no capability, especially professionals who are working in some companies, not having any idea about which business is right business for them, where we should invest. So that's what our role becomes very important. And consulting overall, if you talk about worldwide, is all about relationship. And we build relationships, and then we get consistently businesses from both sides. Mr. Ringo Joy is saying, I'm from Kochi. I'm moving to Dubai by end of month. I own a free zone company in UAE. Would like to know more about opportunities in the Middle East. Absolutely. We have office there. We have our partner who's very experienced partner, I say partner in Dubai. So please get in touch with you. We will also find out an opportunity if you want to join us in Dubai. That's also a possibility, and we can discuss and explore with you.
In Dubai, we are very keen to partner. So if you're looking to become a partner in Dubai, because Middle East overall represents a very strong opportunity case, and we'll be happy to discuss if you're looking to become a partner. I think I already replied.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for your question, and more questions are coming in. So please keep on writing. We can also take your questions, and our heads are there. So please feel free if you have any question, if I missed it. Mr. Vinod is saying franchise consultant is our role. Franchise consultant is our role. We as a company, we are an advisory company. We are consultants, right? Our consulting is our role and responsibility. So consulting would mean wherein you help someone to get you into business. When you work with some brand and help to get the network done for that brand. We have a process and system already done. It's 27 years in business. How can somebody go wrong? Because it's a proven business, it's a sustainable business, successful business. And as I said, there is nobody outside who has a similar business. So it took us 27 years to have that option. Why somebody has not been successful in this business? Many must have started, but it is very tough to get these opportunities who can come on board. Exclusive contracts. Why Reliance will come to somebody and ask for help to get the network done? That's what the capability of Franchise India over the period of 27 years we have been doing this. So that's wherein, if today our chairman sir is not available, otherwise you will see he's been told and called as franchise guru, because franchising is not about two decades, 3 decades. Franchising is 7 decades old in India, but nobody was aware, nobody was knowing, nobody was doing it professionally. And it was our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria, who have built this industry, who have set this platform for many entrepreneurs to become the business owners, and also for business houses to expand businesses across cities. So we are very digitally also doing these digital shows, especially in the COVID time also. We have helped many investors to find out, because there are a lot of people who were outside India. They wanted to come back. They want to settle in India. They attended our digital program, digital shows, and got business through us. And believe me, we were very much busy and engaged during the COVID time also, because we had all digital shows going on and we kept our industry also engaged. Today also, last 5 years, every day we are offering you one opportunity. We are getting one new brand in franchising every day. So 12 o'clock, we have a webinar, which is fixed time. It is also available on our YouTube, and it's also live on Facebook. You will also go to Facebook or any social media. You will see there is a content which is available. All these launches is also available on YouTube also and Facebook also. So this is a Franchise India platform. As I said, we are helping investors, which is very, very important decision for your life, because there are some decisions which you take once in a life, and business is one of them. And you have to be very conscious about your investments. And we have a lot of HNIs and ultra HNIs investors also who are looking for 10 CR to 20 CR, 30, 50 CR also, and it's highly risky. That's where in Franchise India platform comes in between, and we take you through that journey. We assign advisor to every investor and locally, and then help them to structure the deal for them, which may take 2 months, which may take 3 months, 4 months sometimes, but we are there to support every investor. And brands are also getting on board with us, and you have equally an opportunity to get new businesses on board, which are maybe from your city and we don't have reach right now. So you can also recommend and refer all these businesses to us, and we will help you to take them on board. So please stay tuned for next 10 minutes. We'll give you understanding about the business model, and we'll run a presentation for you to give you a little more understanding on how and what we offer once you joined us. As we discussed, first of my slide, I'll take few slides which are important. Rest all our leaders will be having one-on-one meeting and discussion with you and give you complete overview of the opportunity. We discuss about franchising. It is $4.8 trillion industry across categories. You see franchising is happening. You go by category wise, you go for technology. We have tech-based companies also. We have healthcare companies. We have financial services companies. Just like if you have heard about Motilal Oswal, you have heard about ICICI Securities, Kotak Mahindra. These are all our clients. These we have already worked with. And there are many in financial services further. You see pet care clinics, pet care businesses also now evolving. In auto, if you see there's a EV segment, which is very, very large segment now, and two-wheelers coming in EV is also offering franchise. Then we have charging stations which are attached to these EV segment companies. That charging station separately is also offering franchise. CNG pumps, like we are working with Adani also. Adani gas stations also franchised. And every category today is looking forward for growth. And for the growth, they have to expand. For expand, there can be only two ways. One is company-owned centers and stores, wherein they have to invest. Second is franchising. So franchising is viable because you don't have to invest yourself. Plus, you don't have that challenges, which are local challenges, real estate challenge. There's a financially, there's a challenge. You don't have to do that. That's why we get a partner, which is local, who will invest in that brand and who will get the real estate, who will get the know-how of the local know-how of the business, and then he will be partnered with you. That's what we are also doing from Franchise India side. So you have given understanding about every category today, which is franchising, and what we offer is tablet. We offer you tablet when you join. T stands for technology. So what we do is we'll create a CRM for you, and we will give you all leads in CRM. Then we will also create a username, which is Franchise India domain, your email address, which you will be using. A stands for infrastructure access, that we will give you. If you are in Kolkata, you have written that somebody is from Chandigarh, somebody is from Chennai, somebody is from Hyderabad. You are all free to use our office full time or for your client meetings. B stands for brands. All brands are available for you. The day you join, you will be getting 500 brand list day one, all across categories, which are exclusive with us. Leads, 100% lead support, minimum 50 leads are guaranteed every month, minimum. But there is no lead which we are going to ask you to pay. In COVID time, we have started this all free. Before that, we were charging, but now we are last 4 years, we are not charging anything for any lead. All done by us, all promotions, all events. E stands for events are also from our side, which is available for you. And these events which we are having is around 15 to 20 events every month. And you have full access wherein you can come and use this platform, and all the business which will be happening there with the support of our team would be in your favor. T stands for training. As we said, there are 3 days training program which we'll be having in our corporate office when we start. And these training programs is our chairman himself going to organize, and this will be 3 days in-depth training which we will give it to you. Now, what is proposed structure? Because we feel that every investor rather, you start any business, there has to be some understanding that you know how to grow. What's my next level? And what is my benchmark? How can I earn more? That's how also we are professional in this business, and we also started and created a growth ladder for you. So when you join us, you will be at entry level IFC base level. This is the entry level. So when you hit 15 lakh rupees revenue, which is very, very easy, even one deal can get that, you will become IFC elite member. And when you hit 50 lakh rupees revenue, you will become pro member, and then master is for 1 CR. So we are saying 15 lakh or 15 deals at elite membership level. So 15 deals would mean when we are helping an investor to understand the opportunity, and then they sign up with some brand, that becomes a deal, because there is some token amount investor is going to pay to the brand, and we consider this as a deal. So if you do 15 deals, it can be in 1 year, right? In our system, 15 lakh rupees revenue is first month, first lead, first deal. Even that is surety. If you do one deal, you can get 15 lakh rupees revenue, because this revenue is a revenue to Franchise India, not your payout. So you become elite member, and accordingly, once you hit 50 lakh rupees, you become our FC Pro member. Then master level can take 1 year, 1.5 years, or 2 years, then become master. And how it is going to change your payout structure? At base level, you get 40% share. Elite member will give you 50%. We are 50-50%. Excuse me. So once you become 50%, that becomes you elite membership. Then you become 60% also when you hit pro member. And when you become master, you are 70% owner. And your 70% sharing will not give you any further investments you have to do. At 70% also, we continue giving you all leads, all brands, all training, all events, all promotional activities we will do for you. Now we have some products, which is I, where you see I is investor, B stands for brands. As I said, we are working with 2 communities, 2 banks. One side we are investors, that's I. One side we are brands, that's B. B stands for brands. So when we start working with investor, we don't work free, as I said. We take investor on board. Investor onboarding would mean IA, investor acquisition. And what we do is we start servicing, understand their requirement, and start helping him with the right opportunities. And once we sign the deal, then investor will have to pay us a service fees, because we have serviced that investor. There is a service fees which investor will pay us. And at the same time, brand will also pay us a brand success fee, service fees, because we have serviced the brand also, we have sold some franchise, and brand will also pay us a service fees. That becomes brand service fees. I'm making it a little easy for you. Now, these 3 products, investor acquisition, investor service fees, and brand service fees, your share is 40% on this. And BD would mean brand on board, business development. When you refer, we take a brand on board, your share is 20%. In this case, you will go to 50 to 40, or 40 to 50 and 60. But in BD case, it will remain 20 in each case. because each case you have to only give us a reference. Rest all services would be done by Franchise India, even presentation to follow-ups, to proposals, and also invoicing, payment follow-up, everything would be done by our team. So you don't have to do any part in this between, you get 20%. Now question is 40% of what and 20% of what? So as I said, we have investor onboarding process. So what we do is from 25,000 rupees to 1.5 lakh rupees, we charge an investor to come on board. That would depend on the investment bracket, what investor is getting in. If it is up to 20 lakh rupees, you are looking for a small investment up to 20 lakh. So we will have 25,000 rupees plus GST as onboarding fees, which goes up to 1.5 lakh if your investment goes up. So it goes to 20 lakh to 50 lakh, then 50 lakh to 1 CR, 1 CR and 2 CR, 2 CR to 5 CR, 5 CR and above. Our onboarding fee also will go up. But base level is, the basic is 25,000 plus GST at base level. In this case, when we service this investor, we get a franchise for the investor. So investor service fees in that case will be 50,000 plus GST. In the case wherein we get 25,000. And at the same time, brand service fees is not fixed, because when we take a brand on board, which is BD, that time there are two revenue components which is coming to us. One component is onboarding fees, and that onboarding fees starts from 7.5 lakh and goes to 15 lakh, 40 lakh and 75 lakh. These are four formats. So minimum brand onboarding is going to be 7.5 lakh plus GST. And at the same time, second component which brand will pay us at the time of selling a franchise, that's also been discussed and decided at the time of brand on board, which can be as low as 1 lakh rupees per deal, and it goes 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 4 lakh, 5 lakh, up to 20, 30, 40 lakh rupees also in some cases. Now we have unit franchise, we have master franchise, we do multiple, bigger deals also. We have international brands. When we deal with any international brand for any investor, this investor acquisition fee, registration fee starts from 1 lakh rupees. It is only for domestic brands, we start with 25,000. For international brands, we start with 1 lakh. So accordingly, in that case, we'll be also having service fees somewhere around 3 to 4 lakh rupees minimum. And then the brand service fees will be also some 20 to 30 lakh rupees, which is coming to us. Now this in 25,000, 50,000, or this brand service fees or this brand onboarding fee, this all fees will come to Franchise India. Your structure would remain as 40% of these three products, 20% on this product. Now, if I can throw an example, suppose you tomorrow start, we'll give you leads. You get 10 investor on board 1 month. 10 will give you 25,000 each, will become 2.5 lakh, and you get 40% of this 2.5 lakh. When we start servicing one by one, so we get 50,000 from each investor as service fees minimum. That becomes 10 into 10 would be 5 lakh. You get 40% again, that becomes 2 lakh will go to you. And if I assume that average brand service fees will be 2 lakh rupees each case. So all these 10 cases, we will have 10 into 2 lakhs, which is 20 lakh. You get again 40% of this. So would mean by having 10 investors on board, you get 1 lakh, 2 lakh and 8 lakh. That becomes 11 lakh rupees, and this can be repeated every month. No target. Somebody was asking, is there any target? Absolutely no target. You have to set your benchmark. You want to grow faster. You want to do more business, because every business, as you all know, is having some ROI, which is return on investment. We also have an ROI, but that's a different ROI. Our ROI is return on involvement. So more involved you are, more business you get. That's why there is no limit to it. And you set your benchmark. You want to have 3 lakh rupees a month, 5 lakh a month, 10 lakh a month. You have to set that base. And accordingly, you have to get involved into this business. More you are involved, and more money will come to you. Now, as the time of, you give us reference, suppose you are giving, we have, and there is no limit. You can give 10 references, 20 references. You can do as many as BD joint calls with us as you want. Now, for example, we have taken with basic 7.5 lakh and we got 2 leads on board, 2 brands. It becomes 15 lakh rupees revenue to Franchise India. Your share is 20%. So straight away, 3 lakh rupees will go to you on giving us reference. Lead side, there is no bar. As I said, there's a 50 minimum leads. After that, it will grow. You want more leads, more brands, absolutely there. From CRM, it will have 1, then 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2, 1 plus 3. This will go up. So you can have also, you want to have any team member join you, that is also possible. We will train. No, absolutely no charges for that. But what is going to take you to become our partner? There is one license fees, that is 5.5 lakh plus GST, only one time. And rest 3 year will be the agreement. This is a lifetime opportunity, but 3 year will be the first agreement. If we are growing, we will do renewal. If we are not growing, if you are not involved, if it is not making any sense, there is no point of getting renewals. But otherwise, 3 year would be agreement. We are accountable for giving you all leads, all brands, all material for promotions, and all social media promotions. We have a website for our IFC partners. What you do, we reward. Not only this revenue, which I discussed, percentage, there will be a lot of cash incentives. And also there is a kinds incentive. Like we have an Apple Watch, we have Armani watch, we have Samsung phone, we have iPhones. Even we give sometimes cars also to our partners for getting this revenue on board. And then there is a international contest, as we discussed. And if you are 3 months business overall, when you qualify, and our team has got target to make you qualify, and 3 months, there's a 18 lakh rupees revenue, you qualify for international tour. And this 18 lakh, as I said, can come even one deal. And we will also support you to make you qualify, because our qualification is depending on your qualification. So we have a target to make maximum partners qualify, and we will put all efforts day night to make you qualify for, and this is every quarter. Every quarter. Right now it is July, August, September, Almaty, Kazakhstan, and beautiful city. And then we will be having another country, then another country. So recently we have done Hong Kong. That was the last one. Before that, it was we have done Azerbaijan, which was Baku, Azerbaijan. We have Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, Dubai is absolutely out of syllabus because it has all done already. These are all nearby countries. We have all done it. And now we are going to explore other countries, which is absolutely unexplored. Maybe you have a lot of money, but you may not choose that country also, like Almaty. Nobody will go Almaty maybe. But we explore those countries because we want to give you something which is different, wherein you may not go to directly. So keep tuning and be with us. Have a discussion with our team, and we will certainly get you complete understanding on the opportunity. And also, if we both qualify each other, we will take it up further for the next level of selection. If you feel that you are looking forward for some other opportunity, we have thousands of opportunities which we will definitely come and help you with that opportunity also to invest. Because we also are looking for investors, and all the brands which we have are also looking for investors. So we are here to help you, support you with the right opportunity, which can be a right fitment for you in your market, and also as per your profile and as per your investment also. This is a very, very nominal investment in our case. In the meantime, there is Mr. Rahman. I would request that there is no option for raising your hand. If you have any query, you can get in touch with us now, because in the interest of time, we have to sign off for today, and we will connect with you, each one of you, since you have given a lot of time for us as a respect. I'll also put my number in the chat box. My name is Sanjay, 7011998341, 408340 is my number. And anyone from our team who have invited you to this, please get in touch, or we will get in touch with you to give you complete understanding. We also are having a lot of events going on. And if you are there in the city, we'll invite you to be part of that show also, to understand how other IFC partners are doing and what kind of support they are getting from our side. Till then, a big thank you from all of us at Franchise India, because you have given a lot of time, and I can see a lot of our friends are still there. And thank you so much for your time. valuable time, and we will look forward for joining hands with some, and others can also reach us for any other hour.